Hello everyone, I am Taureor, and welcome to another one of my Hearts of Iron 4 challenges. Today we are going to be playing as Tannu Tuva, and our goal is to annex the Soviet Union. But before we begin, I want to show you a little bit about how the challenges are chosen. I did that back in the Austria video, however, it's been a while. Maybe you'd like to see my spreadsheet where I count the votes. This is the spreadsheet I use to determine how many votes each challenge got. These are done already, and here I tally up the votes on the comments in each of the challenges I have done so far, so you can see how the vote goes. Then it's all tallied up, and I use this formula to calculate the adjusted vote. So this is the adjusted vote value I go by. For example, the challenge you're watching now, Tannu Tuva got 762.5 vote with the adjusted scale. For example, Afghanistan got more. However, Afghanistan attacking USA could get me demonetized. Don't really want to do that. And we come to the comment. Here is why I wouldn't want to do a certain challenge. There you have it. Your votes matter. And looks like at this moment the runner-up is Portugal. Unless I take the risk and play as Afghanistan. Okay then, let's get going. I'm in mode historical focuses, regular difficulty, Tannu Tuva. Let's go. We start allied to the Soviet Union and Mongolia, which is actually a great benefit to us. We're going to use that to take over essentially most of China, if we can succeed with that. However, this is going to require some political meddling. We start with just one unit and almost no manpower. That's alright though, that is alright. As for focuses, we're not going to select a focus yet, we need our political power as soon as possible. Research slots. We only have 2. Let's do this and a doctrine. Ultimately, if all goes well, we're going to have tons and tons of manpower, but not much equipment. I'm going in with mass assault. It's relatively weak, however, it has very good bonuses to recovery and reinforce rate. So I think we'll be fine going with mass assault. What's next? Factories. We don't even have any slots, but I can spend our one factory to get some infrastructure going. Apart from that, production. One factory building guns. That's fine. And let's take our one unit and assign it to an army. Okay then, time to unpause. Our first order of business is to attack Ma as soon as we get to 50 political power. Here we go. Let's justify the war goal. Now I'm still not going to select a focus. I need enough to justify on Xinjiang as well. Afterwards, we'll do political effort. And now let's justify on Xinjiang, specifically Jungaria. Why am I in such a hurry to take these guys out? Well, I want to do this before the Chinese United Front happens. And I want the Soviet Union to help me with that. The thing with the Soviet Union conquering something for you is that they will usually puppet or take it themselves. But that doesn't really apply to China. The Soviet Union in the Waking the Tiger status of the game seems to be uninterested in this territory, so we should be able to take over Ma and Xinjiang for ourselves without the Soviets trying to take a bit. Don't even need to send my troops? Probably. We'll go down this path. We'll stay with communism, mostly so that we can get technology sharing quickly. You are cautious. That is crappy. Let's hire another one. You're completely regular, and you're also completely irregular. Well, that will have to do for now. I'm going to promote one of you to a field marshal. Alright. And make you charismatic. We'll need that later. Let's assign... No, not to the army. Let's assign the general to the army to an army group, and the field marshal to the army group. Political effort is done. I'm going to spend all this political power immediately to get a silent workhorse. We have enough political power to modify our country. Let's go to free trade for the research bonus. Yeah, we'll try to take over Ma, Xinjiang, and Tibet, and then go after China. War goal against Ma is ready. Let's immediately declare war and call in our friends at the Soviet Union and Mongolia. Come on, Mongolia. You're going to join us in this. They have a dangerous border. Well, hopefully that will not be the case for much longer. Let's send our unit here, maybe fill the gap there. Oh, now they have come into the battle. Yes, and they're going to win this for us, essentially. We don't really need to do anything. And, yeah, I should have done that immediately. I need to justify on Tibet. Well, I have declared with this as a war goal, so the land is going to me. If the Soviet Union had any interest in it, they would take it for themselves anyway. However, they don't have any interest in it, so it's going to me. Come on, glorious Soviet forces, win this. Well, let's send our one army. Maybe take their capital. Maybe you can speed it up this way. Is that enough? Oh no. Not much longer. There you go. See, the Soviets don't have any interest. They are giving us the war score. I'm going to puppet them. And turn, and then give our new puppet all the states. And now we finally will have manpower. Well, it's their manpower, but we'll have it still. And let's switch to war economy and get ready to beat up Xinjiang. We will be relying almost exclusively on our puppets' forces. And none of these experts are really that good, but I'll get a maneuver expert. And I suppose I'll take an industrial concern company. Our justification against Xinjiang is ready, and we're going to give Ma some time to give us some troops. Yeah, we'll be using Xinjiang, Tibet, and Ma troops to beat up China soon. For now, let's declare war on Xinjiang. I'm not going to justify any new war goals just yet, for a while. I suppose I could go after Bhutan, but it's almost time to go after China. So we'll take Xinjiang and Tibet, and then we'll go after China. Let's make sure to call everyone in. Is the Soviet Union not called in immediately? They will join eventually. For now, let's move here. Mongolia, would you like to join? You would. Okay. Mongolia is in, and the Soviets want to join as well. And that should almost be it. There you go. See? No interest. Xinjiang, puppet. We're puppeting them because we need their manpower. I could just take their territory and get their factories and a bit of manpower, but that's not good enough. We need all the manpower we can get. Political commissars is done. Let's do ideological fanaticism, and then there's only a little bit left to do technology sharing. Right, almost forgot. I wanted to get the theorist. Let's get a military theorist so he can give us some army experience. Oh, see, Ma already built a unit. Hey, give me that unit. Oh, right, and we should probably improve worker conditions so you can get stability for later. And Xinjiang is making units. Hey, Xinjiang, gimme. See, that's good about having puppets. We suddenly have troops and manpower. And the war in China is starting. Japan is attacking. We're going to use that very soon. And our justification on Tibet is ready. Let's go. Declare war. And call everyone. This button doesn't seem to work well. For example, we have not called Ma somehow. Let's do that. Let's call Mongolia in. And let's call the Soviet Union. Coming through around your forces. Might work, might not. I know why attacking Tibet is so difficult. They have Axis volunteers. Right, we're about to beat them. Let's start justifying on China. And Tibet is ours. Welcome to the Tannu Tuva puppetry. Puppet Tibet. Take all states of Tibet for Tibet. That's it. Our troops are assigned, and we're almost ready to attack. Hopefully we can be the ones to take communist China. That would help our cause greatly. But I suppose it doesn't really matter. We should be able to take at least this much. War goal is ready. Let's go. Declare war, conquest. And, of course, call everyone in. I'll do it manually. China doesn't stand a chance, of course, but the question is how much we can get, for ourselves rather than for Japan. Don't worry, Mao, I'm going to give you all of China. But as my subject. Even if we lose some manpower, those are puppet units. We don't really care that much. Oh, right, new focus. I almost forgot. Technology sharing. I suppose I'll get these experts. I'm not sure if they actually apply to my puppets' requested units, but I'll take them just in case they do. How's China? Well, they're not doing so great, which is a good thing for me. France and Britain announce alliance, that's not a problem. Mutinies in the army, really? Well, we do have a lot of political power to spend, so let's hold a patriotic speech. Extra research slot complete, let's do secret weapons. Alright, these guys have capitulated. Yeah, the demise of China is growing closer. Drawing closer. Well, I'm about to take this bit, wonderful. More of Communist China for us. It's especially important because I want, I'd like to take it for me rather than the Japanese. It's not such an amazing province, but I want to puppet Communist China. If I can't do that, I'll just take all the Chinese land and then release Communist China as a puppet afterwards. But it would be nicer to be able to puppet them immediately. Yeah, relentless assault on this province, please. Wonderful. Well, on the one hand, it's just a matter of time. On the other hand, it has been just a matter of time for a very long time now. If only I could take their current capital. Japan is reaching them from the other side. Not much longer now. Hopefully. Improved computing machine is done. Let's do advanced computing machine and get all the nice bonuses to research. How are the focuses? Yeah, armament effort. Then I suppose I'll do army effort and go down the equipment effort path, and then just suppress my subjects for the rest of the game. Come on, just a moment longer. Let's keep attacking. Oh, can I actually do this? Yes, China has capitulated. We got 50% of their equipment, that's 14 guns. They had 28 guns. Oh, and they were actually not able to get Communist China yet. That is actually very good news, because I might be able to take more than I first thought I would be able to take. Let's try and puppet Communist China. Okay, that's good. Now we need to shadow puppet Shaanxi and China so that Japan can't do that. Shadow puppeting is done like this. Take all states, puppet, and then untake all states, effectively puppeting them with 0 territory. That results with not puppeting them, but also the AI not being able to do that. Let's do the same to Shaanxi. Take all states, puppet, cancel, taking those states. Alright, this way we get Communist China. Also in this round, Tibet has a core here, let's give it to them. Alright, let's end the turn. Okay, we got a Communist China puppet, and Japan was not able to take more land. So now we're going to be transferring our score to Communist China. Kind of. We're going to be giving them their core territory. So we're going to give them these bits of Shaanxi. And we're also going to try and give them as much as we can of China proper. But Japan is not interested in this area. They would like to create a reorganized nationalist China. But they can't do that anymore because I shadow puppeted them. Let's end the turn. See, Japan can't do anything anymore. I mean, they can, they just don't want to. So, Communist China is gonna get more land. Unfortunately, we're going to have to pass now to get some points. We're going to have to pass quite a lot of times to get those points. Be careful to not click done by accident. Anyway, if I wasn't able to puppet Communist China this way, I would have shadow puppeted everyone I could and just taken the rest manually. However, with provinces costing 400 points, for example, and getting 2 points per one passing, we would have to do that quite a lot of times, so it is much more convenient to have a puppet. Now, of course, we could just puppet regular China, but as I said, they have some internal troubles that would translate to them not being such a good puppet. Okay, that does it. This is more than I hoped to achieve. We have Communist China, we have Tibet, we have Ma, and we have Xinjiang, all as our puppets. And do you know what the best thing about Communist China as a puppet is? Look at their manpower. 20 million manpower. Well, our manpower troubles are pretty much over, aren't they? As soon as we lower their autonomy, I'll be able to just build units with their manpower, purely, I think. Let's start justifying against Afghanistan and hope it goes well. I should also create a colonial template, using Communist China's templates. Let's use this 20-unit infantry template. And train, how many can I train? Okay, each of them takes 1,000 units from us and 9,000 from Communist China. Train as many as we can deploy, although we can't deploy them. USSR occupies eastern Poland. Fall of Paris, and France has capitulated. That was pretty quick. Oh, these guys are actually being trained even when we don't have manpower. Oh, right then. Give me tons of those. It seems I need just one guy from my own people, and then Communist China provides the rest of the manpower. That is great news. Our troops are on their way. And Romania gives up Bessarabia. Well, yeah, that's probably the only choice they had. Our justification is ready. Let's hope we can get it and not the Soviets. Should I attack immediately? I think so. Yes. Let's attack. Declare war. And call everyone in. Okay. Everyone has joined now. Skills. You do makeshift bridges because there's this river here. And maybe force attack? Let's see if I can get more participation than the Soviet Union. Okay, I can send them an attaché. Yay, we're advancing. Keep moving. Improved infantry equipment. And now we can focus on the best guns because we get the focus. That will, let us do that. You guys should be more aggressive. Don't stop moving. And they surrendered. Oh, right, yes, I have more points than the Soviet Union, which means I can puppet Afghanistan. Should I take the land as well? Yeah, let's puppet it and take the land as well. And turn. Now, I took it, but I'm going to give it back to Afghanistan. Manage occupied territories, return territory. Now, let's go against Iran. We will not have to call the Soviet Union in. Hopefully they will not get guaranteed. Just in case, I should probably improve relations with the Allies. Now, Iran will have to take directly because of British focuses. Germany is getting ready to attack the Soviet Union. Well, that's not a problem for me. I'm not going to be calling them into my wars anymore. Trotsky survives assassination attempt. Well, it weakens the Soviet Union, so it's good for me. Kingdom of Romania attacked Bulgaria. We're getting attrition. But we're ready to attack now. Go. Declare war. And start justifying on Turkey, I suppose. Soviet Union is sending me tons of stuff. Yes, please. Oh, I forgot to call people into the war. Well, I only need to call in Afghanistan. There you go. Let's move. Greece joined allies, so we can't get Greece. It doesn't really matter. You go around here. This seems to be undefended. How long until Iran capitulates? Not long at all. Almost done. Well, I'm going to annex you. Thank you. This is now Tannu Tuva, and we have 22 factories, which is decent. Yeah, I'm deploying these guys ahead of time, all the time. It's enough for them to get a tiny bit of our manpower, and the Chinese supply all the rest. Now, go to the Turkish border, hopefully before they can get there. Okay, Germany attacked the Soviet Union, we don't care. What we care about is declaring war on Turkey, hopefully before they can get ready to defend themselves against us. Go, immediately. Don't need to call any allies in. And let's start justifying a war goal on Romania and hope they don't get guaranteed. Republican Spain joined Comintern. Move immediately. The Turkish forces were on the Soviet borders, so hopefully we can move in here without too much trouble. How are we doing against Romania? Did they get guaranteed? No, but I think they're about to join the Axis. Which is a bit of a problem because I don't want to fight the Axis. So if that actually happens, I think there might be a small chance of the Axis refusing or something. But if they do join the Axis, I'm going to cancel that and go out against Iraq instead. Is the Republican Spain fighting the Axis? Yes, they are, and they're actually doing quite well. Well, maybe I should join the attack on the Axis. Get bits of Germany and then attack the Soviet Union from there. Let's cancel the justification. And go after Iraq instead. The attack on Turkey is going well. Yeah. And here goes Turkey. Now, Turkey is also going to be my puppet. Puppets all the way. Turkish Socialist Republic. Japan declared war on the Philippines. Really? The US has joined the Allies. I don't think I have time for more than Saudi Arabia. How is Spain doing? Or rather, how is Spain doing so well? Our justification on Iraq is ready. Let's go. Yeah, sure. Let's do Yemen. I think I'm just going to annex them directly. Iraq is mine. And I'm just going to take everything. Yeah, I don't really feel like I need more puppets at this point. And, you know, Saudi Arabia, Yemen and Oman, they don't usually produce a lot of units that I could use. If we see a major domination of the Soviet Union here, then we should probably join the war, maybe get bits of the Axis, and only go after the Soviets afterwards. Alright, justification is complete. There we go. Working on Yemen. Should I do Oman as well? Yes, we should. By this time, they should have a decent number of factories, which I can just steal. Yeah, it's pretty clear right now that the Soviet Union is going to be victorious soon. We should join this war. I decided to leave Bhutan and Nepal alone for now. Yemen is ours. Now the question is, do we join the war now, or do we take out Oman first? Let's wait a bit. War goal on Oman is almost ready, and afterwards we join the war against the Axis. And then all of you converge on their capital. Won't take long, won't be difficult. And there goes Oman. Just give me everything. Right, I think we're ready to join the Soviet war against the Axis as soon as these guys reach their positions. Hey, Soviets, you want me to join your war? There we go. Let's make sure to call in all our little puppets. We're only doing that so that we can get something at the peace conference. Membership in the USSR? Yes, let's get annexed. Of course not. We have 71 factories. I almost forgot we're supposed to do the extra research slot. Although there's hardly anything to research anymore. That is some quick development. You guys have pretty much done your thing here. Let's assign you to Italy. Right now I need factories more than anything else. I already have endless manpower from China. And if we reduce their autonomy... Yay, Romania has capitulated to me. Got lots of guns. If we reduce China's autonomy, we will actually be able to build endless troops with only their manpower. Right, reaching Hungary now. What is our participation? 4%. Well, that isn't great, but it's something. Ireland joined the Allies right now. It's a bit late, but I suppose they will appreciate every bit of help. Hey, Turkey's getting Italy. Good job, guys. Good job. Hungary capitulated and we got their stuff. Wonderful. Seems like I might need some more steel. Oh, I'm holding lands that used to belong to the UK. Interesting. Oh yeah, here. Good. Slovakia and bits of Hungary still holding. Well, we're moving into Germany and Italy. Slovakia has capitulated. Even got a few tanks. Turkey is getting all of Italy, which is good. United States stand against fascism. Now, I've redone the front lines a bit. We'll attack from the Soviet lands as well. The Yalta Conference. Oh no. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. At least not the way they think it's going to happen. So, Germany? How long will that take? Not long at all. We might be taking Munich soon. I wonder if that'll be enough to capitulate them. And it was enough to capitulate them. Unfortunately, the Soviets got all the stuff. But maybe we'll be fine. Let's wait to the peace conference and see how much we can get. Italy has capitulated. Alright. What happened? What have you done? Liberate to East Germany. That's important. Liberate, not puppet. Puppet Romania, unfortunate. Change the government of Italy. Liberate Ethiopia, liberate Libya. Puppet Hungary, satellite Czechoslovakia. Take memo. The Czechoslovakia thing is very unfortunate. I was hoping to get it for myself, but I suppose I'll just conquer it eventually. Right, I am going to shadow puppet everyone so that nobody else can, be puppeted out of that, and then I'll proceed to take as much territory directly as I can. Okay, this is the puppeting. I also get Albania as a puppet, and now we're going to directly take as much land as we can. Now, this is going to be taken by the Soviets for Czechoslovakia, and this is going to be taken for Hungary. I could try and mess with that, or I can try and get as much as I can from Italy, and I think Italy is the better choice because I will get way more factories. This is as much as I can take in this round, which is decent. And the German lands will be safe because the Allies would like to do West Germany, but I have shadow puppeted them, so they won't be able to. And a turn. Right. They took Piedmont. I can't take Lombardy, unfortunately, but I can take Tuscany. You know what? Let's pass once. Perhaps I'll be able to take a bit more. Alright, we can take Tuscany, Abruzzo, Campania, and Cantabria. Can't take Sicily or Lombardy, at least not yet. Let's take these. They have taken the rest. A little bit of border gore, but it's not horrible. And now I'm going to proceed to take all of Germany. But, as nobody's going to interfere with this, I can just pass. Several times. Theoretically, I can satellite Lithuania, but Lithuania will all be taken by the Soviets. Same goes for France. France will just get annexed by France. Alright, let's take all the German lands directly. I don't need more manpower. Although I suppose I could use their generals. Now, let's just take the land directly. I need the factories. I have manpower from China, I need factories. Also, I made a mistake. I didn't research artillery, and I will want to add artillery to our units. So, yeah, there's that. That's a bit of a mistake. Let's end the turn. And that's Tannu Tuva for you. That's Tannu Tuva for you. Now it's time to prepare to attack, but first we attack East Germany. Why? Well, because they were liberated, not puppeted, and also they're communist, so nobody is going to defend them. Let's justify a war goal and get their juicy factories and steel production. I'm actually going to cancel the suppressed subject focus. We're going to need that political power in order to get a lot of generals. Yeah, me forgetting to research artillery is a serious error, because I will want to add it now. But let's remedy that quickly. We can reduce autonomy. China's autonomy. Wonderful. Now, these forces and these units will take only Chinese manpower. And China has 22 million manpower last time I checked. Justification against us. Soviet Union is justifying against us. There'll probably be Afghanistan. Yeah, Southern thrust is against Afghanistan. They can't do anything about it as long as we're in the same faction. Justification is ready. Let's go. They are communists, so they can't join the Allies, and I am in the Comintern, so they can't join the Comintern. Also, they have no troops. Let's just take everything. I want the factories. And the steel production as well. Let's make infinite infantry. Well, not infinite. I'm going to modify the template as well. We'll get some artillery in there. This looks perfect, doesn't it? 40 width, lots of attack, lots of defense. I suppose I'll add some artillery. I'm kind of winging it, not sure if this is the best ratio or not, and our artillery is still very weak. I'm still researching it. Probably should have gone for superior firepower after all. Yeah, this will impact 401 divisions. We will need to produce a lot of artillery to make this happen. Yeah, whatever, let's just disband everyone. They won't suffer attrition in the field. We don't need the army right now. We'll just build it. Let's add logistics, signal, and recon companies to our unit. A bit of an interesting development. Civil war in Romania. I have deployed all these units, some of them ahead of time because I noticed the others were taking attrition. And yet, and I remembered that we need to move our capital. Essentially, I send half of them to Europe and half of them stay in Asia. I'm going to be repositioning them. This is just a placeholder. But first, I need to switch my capital. And how do we do that? Well, we go to Manage Occupied Territories and we give back Tannu Tuva to Soviet Union. Goodbye, our ancestral homeland. We need that to be gone. For now. We have lost some factories, we have lost some manpower, we have lost some everything. But our capital should now move to Berlin. And now we have gained supply. No more attrition, at least in this area. Let's train everyone up. So yeah, we have 480 units that are like this. With all our forces in position or almost in position, I think it is high time we left the faction and got ready to fight the Soviet Union. Let's leave Comintern and start justifying a war goal. I'm going to justify a war goal on Mongolia. How are we doing on production? Because we're wasting some of this equipment by training them. No, it's fine. Exercise doesn't cause that much of an impact on our stuff. I've made some Coast Guard units, 40 to be exact, and I'm deploying them using the fallback line, 1 to each of our ports. Our and our allied ports, I'll be securing those as well. Actually, to be a bit more elegant, let's make it 48. I have requested all the forces from my subjects except for Turkey and Afghanistan, because I believe the Soviet Union has war goals on them, and if I took their forces, they might be seen as weak and good targets. Anyway, I'm going to redistribute those troops around. They will go away once I meddle with the factions again. However, it will be good to have them in that position. I'm being invited to the Soviet Union's faction again, to the Comintern. Not yet, no. I will join it once the war goal is ready, and then we'll do the Order 66. We haven't done that in a while, have we? Our war goal against Mongolia is complete. Now we have our war goal, and it's going to be valid for 2 months. So, let's rejoin Comintern. Boom. We are back in the faction. Now it is time to prepare for Order 66. I have sent all my units that were prepared for the Order 66 to their designated positions. Well, apart from the Spanish ones, but they still need to do the naval transport. Want to see? I'm going to show you. So, they're going to cover Romania, Czechoslovakia, and Hungary. Hopefully we'll get them in the first strike. We're going to cover the northern coast of, well, no, not northern, the Baltic coast of the Soviet Union, and most of their victory points also. And that is the Spanish division. Ah, damn it. I forgot to cancel their frontline order, and they're coming back home. All that work for nothing. Alright, I'll have to redo the Russian front. Let's check on our units. These guys take care of Czechoslovakia and Hungary. These take care of Romania. You are in Spain. And you have various parts of the Soviet Union. We'll see how that works out. I think it's time to attack. Now, this is a delicate process if you are to do this correctly. First, slow the game down as much as you can. Number 2, leave faction. Your forces, if at least an hour passes, don't try to return home. You have to stop them from doing that. And now our expeditionary forces have been returned. We need to re-request them. Make sure to select only the units that are not currently in armies and assign them to appropriate armies. Now we declare war. We have declared war on Mongolia. I'm going to activate all the orders. All the units that have orders will have their orders activated. And now we wait for who used to be our allies to join the war. Now we need to select these units and halt them because they will try to return to our territory. Soon Mongolia's call to arms should be sent out to the Soviet Union and friends. In the meantime, I'm going to call all my subjects in. They seem reluctant to join. You guys should probably stop. We don't want to defeat Mongolia before it calls in the Soviets. Let's justify war on the Soviet Union. Maybe that will worsen our relations. Okay, I'll let the game run while holding them all the time. Let's wait a bit longer, and then, well, even if that means they will not join, I can still use this to my advantage by keeping troops in Spain to prevent them from joining. Although having to continuously click halt on them throughout the entire war could be a bit of a problem. On the other hand, the Soviet Union is justifying a war goal on Turkey, so if they were to attack us like this, it would still make everything work out. I can just select all of them. Why did I not think of this earlier? Let's speed things up. And whoa. Just as I speed things up, Mongolia joins. Okay, let's slow down then. How are we doing? Mongolia, did I say? Mongolia joins. Spain joins Mongolia. Well, is my gambit successful? Did we get all of them? Let's have a look. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, so Order 66 on Spain was successful. Now it's enough for me to just unpause and wait until midnight, and they will surrender. Great news. However, the game is barely running when I zoom in there. So let's not zoom in there. Let's go to speed 3. And keep halting all those units. Republican Spain has capitulated. Thank you. That deals with Spain. Interesting. Our troops are being attacked by Spanish troops in Soviet territory. Oh crap. Apparently I won. Well, that's unfortunate. I wanted the Soviets to join. Now we know they're not going to, and we'll have to wait until they attack us. But they are justifying war on Turkey. So let's take Mongolia and Spain. I wonder if they would give me military access. They would give me military access, but I'm not sure what repercussions that would have. I suppose I can ask for military access from their puppets. Let's see what happens. I mean, our troops will not be attritioning anymore. But will that have any effect on our war declaration, our pending war declaration? Rather, the fact that they are going to attack my puppet. And since we have another army that's free right now, I'm going to cancel all their orders and send them to all the rest of the Soviet victory points. Now our units are no longer exiled. I wonder what will happen when the Soviet Union attacks us. So I can't attack them if I have divisions in their territory, but they should be able to attack me, or rather, Turkey. Now we wait. And we're not getting attrition anymore. If you're wondering what this is on the map, apparently, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe there was like a hotfix between my game sessions or something, but I loaded the game and apparently this belonged to nobody at some point. Or my save file got corrupted, in which case I'm happy the rest of the game seems to be working alright. I think there was an update in the meantime. I have never seen this before. 2D, 3D. Okay. Good to know. And my save file wasn't completely screwed over, which is good. Whew. Yeah, that's a new thing. When did that happen? Okay, they have attacked Turkey. So, how are we doing? Moscow is well defended. Seems like these guys will not succeed. However, I could theoretically use them to cut the rest of their army off from supplies. We have taken Leningrad. How many points have we taken? We haven't taken that many. I've called everyone in. We are attacking. Okay, so how about you guys? You're not at war, so when you're called in, my units will still do their job. So you stay where you are. Let's wait a day and let all the, calls to arms resolve. Right, Romania. And Romania should be capitulating now. Yes, Romania has capitulated. How about Hungary and Czechoslovakia? Okay, that is Czechoslovakia, but Czechoslovakia is more fortified. And here goes Hungary. There you go. Budapest is ours. Don't even really need to paint any orders, just need to set them to aggressive. And activate. They should start attacking immediately. Theoretically. Probably should have spent more units on isolating Moscow. Did we take Vladivostok? Oh, we almost did, yes. And then we can form a new offensive from here. Balkan Socialist Union has capitulated. That means Hungary. Slowly moving forward. Oh, I have separated them from Moscow. Are you guys all getting attritioned? Probably not, but maybe I can take your capital. We do have Leningrad, so we do have supplies from our naval bases. And activate aggressively. Now that we have taken Moscow, their capital is here in Rostov. Yeah, right, advancing nicely, advancing nicely. How about Vladivostok? We did get Vladivostok, good. Yeah, this is taking some time. Czechoslovak Union has capitulated. Now, we would have been able to defeat them even without the trick. But it's fun. Yeah, won't need those destroyers after all. Let's do, I don't know, let's research rockets or something, so our scientists don't grow complacent. They didn't really have anything serious to do for a long time. Oh, I heard about this new device called a tank. Research that for me. It's not just victory points. We do need to take a lot of just regular provinces for this to work. And that takes time. We're about to connect our borders up here. Destroy the commies. And same goes for you. Get the communists. Technically we're communists too, but yeah, logic is not a very communist thing. We don't need to worry about it. Australia assumes responsibility for colonial holdings. That doesn't really interest me, but okay. So there you have it. Let's just wait a bit. 14 million manpower and 10 more in reserve. What is your manpower law anyway? It is service by requirement, so you could double that amount and more. This whole manpower situation reminds me of a very old and a very, very dry joke about the Chinese army attacking in very small groups, 2 million each. Our font is evolving, but it's still not as big as the Soviet font. And it is common knowledge that the bigger your font, the better you are. So let's get better. Finally, Soviet Union has capitulated. Well, let's annex everyone, shall we? I'm going to pass a few times and take all states. Also take all states. Take all states and take all states. There you go. Thank you. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this challenge. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you liked and disliked about this video, and most importantly, make sure to vote on what you want to see next. In the description of this video you will find a link to a playlist containing all my challenges, as well as to my Patreon page if you want to tip me. And that is all for today. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.